Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. There's your update for Thursday, the 13th. All right, let's go. Well, kind of an interesting thing we have going on in a spreadsheet here. We have a tale of two different forms or two different discretions. Discretion in this case, he tried to say, would have kept you out of trouble, but not using discretion in this case would have made you money. So it does cut both ways. Longer term, I am a fan of using a little discretion on your trades, especially when you get like an opening gap reversal. But obviously, NRGV stopping out for better than the poke in the eye type of trade. But hey, if you make 26%, I guess divide that by two, 13% in a couple days, annualized, that's just a crazy number. Let's take a look at the Landry list. No setups going into tomorrow. The DGXX caught my eye again tonight. Super volatile. It has pulled back to the prior little part where it broke out. It still looks okay. I just don't feel like it's worth going after. Maybe an opening gap reversal might be worthwhile, but even that would be a little bit on the risky side. So there's a few in here. Again, catching my eye, but nothing I feel like I have to do. UUEI, which we're already long, obviously, does look kind of interesting. If you missed the initial setup, that would be something that you might want to look into. But HV is just absolutely ridiculous now, so you probably want to pass on that too. But just trying to throw some ideas out there for you. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we'll pop out to the overall market. Good day in the goals. Look at that TFPM back to acting like a momentum stock. But bang up day there, not too far away from all-time high, so that's obviously a good thing. KGC, not a bad day there too. NUAI, as I just discussed, looking okay. Came fairly close to stopping out, but nice little reversal there. This one's crazy, and you hate to use the word hope, but hopefully we can survive this retrace, and then it's off to the races once again. Hive stopping out. It is what it is. Again, that was an opening gap reversal type of situation. And if you took it, it happens, and hopefully you took the NRGV to offset it a little bit. Anyway, obviously NRGV coming right back in. These one-day wonders are great, but usually and often they're just that, very hard for the market to sustain that type of move. Let's take a look at the overall market and then drill down a little. First of all, S&P 500 up a smidge, a bit of a bummer, kind of stalling out just a little. You kind of hate to see it stall shy of its old highs. You want to see it get past its highs and not look back for a while. But hey, you know the routine. Here it comes, one day at a time. NASDAQ Composite, bit of a bummer there. Opening gap reversal, losing a little losing a little bit of momentum, but it's come back nicely over the last few days in here, or certainly on this day here, which was Monday, obviously. Not too far away from all-time highs. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt for now. Rusty 2000 stalling out toward the middle of its range. As I've been saying, I sure like to see it get past the middle of its range and keep on keeping on. Now, broker-dealer, it's one of those areas that had been range bound. It did make it back to the middle of its range, and it did break out again. So that's encouraging. As usual, though, and stop if you heard this before, follow-through will be key. Let's take a look at the metals. Metals and mining, so far, they had this huge, deep retracement in here, and so far they survived it. Obviously, we take out 90 vis-a-vis the XME. All bets are off there. Gold and commodity had a bang-up day, as you would imagine, with the gold stocks doing as well as they did today. Our gold stocks, at least. Gold stocks, speaking of which, you can see a decent day there, too, not too far from these brand new highs. So that's certainly and obviously a good thing. Bitcoin still looks dubious at best, so do avoid it for now. No, it is not on sale. Nobody wants it at the moment, so leave it alone. Biotech, no, I know you guys know that, but you'd be surprised. Everybody thinks it's on sale. It's not on sale. Anyway, NASDAQ biotech shares, look at that. Brand new highs there. Boy, these guys have been on a tear. So we could see some new setups there fairly soon. A little bit of sector rotation happening, obviously, and that's okay. That just comes with the territory. Software selling off fairly hard. It looks toppy for now. That's one of the sectors that's becoming worse. But some areas like medical devices, which were all over the place and sideways, actually broke out today. So that's obviously a good thing. Defense has lost some steam. It's looking a little toppy for now. So avoid any new positions there. Obviously, Kato's broke down recently. Semiconductor stabilizing a little bit, trying to rally out of a pullback. So far, so good there. Telecom back to the downside, looking toppy. and questionable at best. Financials, which had looked a little dubious lately, are now beginning to rally back toward their old highs. I wouldn't rush out and buy them, but this is certainly a positive action. And again, you know the routine, one day at time. Healthcare has really been just kind of melting up as of late. Look at the XLV, banging out some new highs with vigor. So that's yet another new sector that might provide some opportunities fairly soon. Drugs have been doing well as of late, too. As you can see, banging out some brand new highs. Not quite all-time highs, but not that far away. They've been kind of melting up, too. So that's certainly a positive development. Anyway, very mixed action out there, but new sectors are coming online. So that's obviously a good thing. Everybody just sit tight. Let's just see how it all shakes out, and let's see what the next round of setups brings. Everybody have a fantastic night. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.